We just heard last night, sadly, that our neighbor in town, Canton, somewhere that most of my family has ties to, as I grew up, it was always the Canton Paper Mill. Now it's, I believe it's Evergreen Packaging is still the paper mill. But when I grew up, everybody either worked there or had a family member that worked there. You know, they always said that the town of Canton would not survive if the paper mill shut down. We just found out last night, they dropped the news that they're planning on closing the plant sometime in June, maybe as early as May, unless they can find a buyer for the plant. From what I understand, there's about 900 employees there. That is a lot of people, and that is a lot of families that will be affected. Sadly and unfortunately, this is also a part of growth. That plant has been there for, I think, almost 120 years. It's been through a lot of changes. A lot of things happened over the years. It's probably at this point so outdated that the cost to bring it up to current standards to make the EPA happy is probably more than what the plant's worth. I'm sure there's quite a few factors there, but the biggest factor is that everything changes. Things cycle. The good news is we are still in a situation with an economy where employers are desperate to find help, to find employees. This could not happen. It's never a good time for something like this to happen, but fortunately, this is the best possible case scenario. We have a large employer, Pratt Whitney, that is opening up in the Asheville area. I'm not sure how many employees they're hiring, but it's a $650 million plant that they're building, facility they're building, and even AB Tech, our local community college, has put together a program to fast track folks that are wanting to work at Pratt Whitney to help them get their training and get them started. So these are all things that are kind of helping to work together that I think hopefully will lessen the brunt and the pain of this major plant shutting down. And eventually, the 5 to 10 year outlook, I think that Canton, the town itself, is going to come out of this and they're going to look completely different. Again, possibly unfortunately, when something like this happens, let's say the paper mill shuts down and they don't find a buyer, which at this time looks likely, and that entire area gets redeveloped. Then suddenly you have a hub for Canton. Right now, a lot of Canton the property values have been going up and increasing significantly because of Asheville. Because Asheville is so unaffordable, people are moving just outside to these outlying areas and it's pushing the price up. But if you can imagine the paper mill being closed and 10 years from now, everything's recovered, suddenly that entire area has been redeveloped, high density housing, retail development, the so-called urban sprawl. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I hear a lot about it. Green space, parks, lots of things that can be done that will improve the community and will create a new center and a new hub for that community. So it's really tough right now. Just know that if you're affected by this, your family, we love you, we're praying for you, but you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right.